Hey, how you doing, everyone? Force Raider here, and welcome back to another episode of Tangle Tower. I have a theory. So, last time when I was editing the last video, I started to kind of put some pieces together to the puzzle, I think. The theory is dumb as shit, but it's so dumb that it might actually be the correct idea. I think Freya was killed by a bird. The same bird that you see in the book, that one book that talks about the bird that has like the paint looking kind of feathers. And I think that the thing that Flora was looking at in the painting that looks like a knife is actually a feather. I also think that the reason why it attacked Freya was because she had like a beetle or something in her pocket, because she has like a little terrarium in her room, and there was a book about like a golden scarab or a golden beetle. And then there's the matter of the large aquarium that's at the floor level entrance that connects the two towers, and how the top of that aquarium connects to the garden that goes between Fitz and Poppy's room, and how the bars are destroyed. I think that bird has such a powerful beak that it was able to peck through those bars and eat all the fish that were in the tank. So that's stupid and crazy, but that is what I have gotten so far from the clues that we have picked up. Who knows, I may find out that it's somebody in the house that did it. I haven't actually really shown any evidence to anybody. I don't know if I want that to be the mystery, that it was a bird that did it, but at the same time, if it is, I'll be just a little bit happy on the inside that I thought it up while editing the second video. All right, now I gotta go prove my theory. Should I go into the bird expert here, see what I got? Because I think I still have the, like that thing for the book.
There used to be all kinds of birds here at Tangle Tower. The most fascinating breeds, all totally unique.
Used to be? There are birds all over the place.
Most of them are rather ordinary, I'm afraid.
What happened to the non-ordinary ones?
That is a very good question.
Here we go. This is what I really wanted to talk about with this book.
Somebody taking an interest in extinct animals.
Extinct?
Oh, yes. The book is very old. Most of the birds in it are long gone.
Well, what about this bird, though? The ink dip.
This one? Well, it was thought to be extinct for a long time. Then one was found here at Tangle Tower.
So it's not extinct.
You misunderstand. It was the last one. The very last.
Oh.
That last bit doesn't bode well, but I'm still gonna push for this. I think the damn bird attacked Freya's paints as well, and that's why they're all cracked and messed up, as well as her cassette player.
Not a fan of insects myself. Whose research is this?
We were hoping you might know.
No, can't say I... Freya, perhaps. I know she was always very fond of grubby little things like this.
Noted.
Getting somewhere with that. This fruit might also have something to do with it. Forget whose secret diary was this supposed to be? Oh, it was in Fifi's room. Would I dare go show that to Fifi? Oh, what? Just noticed that you actually see her reflection in that mirror. You know what? Let's go sure up the stuff on the love triangle.
Fitz, one of these drawings is of you in the Rooftop Garden, I think, with Poppy.
Are we done?
Yeah. Gonna need to show him more than that.
This is yours, Fitz?
Yeah.
Do you use it?
I keep all my tools in the greenhouse.
That wasn't what she asked.
He is very stubborn on that. Sure, you know what? Let's ask him about some other stuff related to the case.
This is a good example of how things work. I mix that soil here in the greenhouse. It's made with water from the lake.
And it makes the fruit grow all shiny and Gem-stony?
Sometimes. You never really know what's going to happen.
And what do you do with this shiny, inedible fruit?
You look at it.
Probably gives it to that bird with the super beak.
A flower.
Yeah, it's a flower. We found it in Penny's room.
Okay.
Mean anything to you?
Why would it?
Come on.
I don't really go into Penny's room or anywhere in Pointer Tower. I just don't have a reason to.
He is really fighting me on all of this.
We found these up in the Rooftop Garden. Do you know how long they've been there?
No, it could have been a long time. We don't ever really clear up the Rooftop Garden.
Why not?
Nature is unruly. In truth, it prefers to be left alone.
What about this?
Wait, those are mine, the earmuffs. They went missing about a week ago.
What do you need earmuffs for?
I use them for gardening sometimes.
Why? You don't own a chainsaw, do you?
No. I wear them while I'm gardening, and it stops people from trying to talk to me.
That's genius.
Well, who put them there, I wonder? There's one piece of evidence I'm missing. There was something I couldn't get into, and I can't remember what it was. Oh, I remember now. It was the thing in the, whatever his room, the explorer guy.
Nothing.
Did you check the treasure map? And what about that painting on the chest?
There we go.
Ooh! Oh!
Perfect. What was in the
Freaking
box?
time!
More wooden models. These are a little different to the one on the desk.
Oh, it's strange looking. Resembling a child with green hair, a model rat resembling a woman with gray hair, a model resembling a red and white bird, a model resembling a broad-shouldered man. The wooden models have been hand-painted. The paint is not skillfully applied. A pot of red paint and a brush is laying nearby. The brush has some dried red paint on it. Oh, this just kind of adds to my theory, doesn't it? Like maybe the last bird was being kept by Flora up in her tower. Got anything to say about this?
Ah, you found it. What do you think, huh? I had to rush the final touches a little bit. It turned out all right, though.
What's it supposed to be?
It's Flora, of course, surrounded by all her favorite people.
Okay, well, what about the bird?
Where did you find that?
It was in the library.
Really? How odd. That's one of Freya's paintings, is it not? It's impressive, but a little miserable for my tastes.
I really feel like I'm getting nowhere with this. Fifi, you wanna tell us something? Maybe about this diary?
A book. My book.
Yeah.
And what's in it?
Pages.
Yeah, I knew she wasn't gonna tell us jack squat about that.
This belongs to Professor Pointer, does it not?
No, I don't think so.
Who else would own such a pointless little telescope?
It's a telescope.
Oh, yes. It has a telescopic lens. It can only be used for looking at things that are far away.
Oh, well, thank you for the hint on that. I could just brute force this and show them everything.
Gaudy old thing, isn't it? Flora seems very fond of it. I've never understood why. But then I could say the same thing about her husband.
Heyo!
Ah, that was a cheap shot. Man, when you've hit some dead ends, try other avenues.
So, we found some research. What's up with this golden beetle? Is this something you're studying?
I can't help you, I'm afraid. I think it must be something left behind by a previous inhabitant of Tangle Tower. I'm not the first scientist to ever walk these halls, you know.
Well, it wasn't in the halls. It was in your astronomy tower.
All quiet now, aren't you?
What's this?
It looks like it might be a telescope. Thought you might know something about it.
Well, it certainly is a telescope. It has a part there to screw onto a tripod, you see. It's rather small, though. I'm not sure you could see many stars with it.
No, probably not.
Frustration. Looking for a little insight, honestly, on this case.
You truly consider this a case file?
What's wrong with it?
No organization, no system.
That's my style. I like seeing everything laid out at once. Yeah, it helps me think.
How quaint.
Wow. Hawkshaw shot you down hard, man.
A diary. Have you read it?
Not yet. It's locked.
And you haven't attempted to force it open?
That would be cheating.
I thought that maybe she might unlock it for me. Like, she could pick locks and stuff.
This belongs to you, Hawkshaw?
Correct.
And...
Oh.
What is it?
It's my handheld microscope for up-close investigation work.
What do you magnify with it?
Trace particles, dust, oils, clothing fibers.
Have you used it here at Tangle Tower?
I have. I used it to examine the greenhouse only 2 days ago.
What were you looking for?
That is between myself and my client.
Could she have been investigating the love triangle? Let's push this a little bit.
This is a potential murder weapon, is it not?
I don't know. I don't think the murderer would leave the murder weapon just lying around.
I think you'd be surprised as to what people leave lying around.
Okay, maybe not. I figure she would have jumped on that a little bit better.
When did Freya draw the picture of you, Hawkshaw?
I didn't model for her, if that's what you're asking. She must have done it without my permission.
Could just be from memory. It's not quite as detailed as the others anyway.
There is just no way that that would work. There's only one person that I could really show all that evidence to. Oh, well, little bits and pieces here and there, and they're not talking. Maybe.
Did you ask Freya to paint this? Or was it her idea?
What is that you're holding in the painting, Flora? Some people have been saying it's a knife.
Uh-huh.
Do you recognize any of these feathers?
Have you seen this book before? Do you know who it belongs to?
it's
I really thought she was going to say something there.
kind of interesting.
Do you know anything about this beetle?
Is this your gramophone?
Do you know why it's cracked? Flora, this is your egg? Why do you keep it locked?
Is there supposed to be something in there? Or is it always empty?
There was probably an actual bird egg in there and it hatched.
You haven't seen this yet, have you?
It's a little model of you. Who were the other people next to you?
Didn't get very far on that, did we?
What do you think of your husband's hobby?
Do you have any hobbies?
Aw, man. I went through everything. Went through it all. I went through the brute force method and it still got me nothing. Which didn't really surprise me in this particular circumstance. What do you know?
Freya was quite the talent. She had a way of capturing the spirits of her subjects. Not in an evil way, in a good way.
Oh, yeah, I get that, I get that.
I've been carving for a couple of years now. I was hopeless when I started, but it didn't take me long to master it, as you can see.
I
Do you
wouldn't
paint
say
them yourself
master.
too?
I do indeed. Freya kindly taught me the basics. Nowadays, I can make just about anything I can imagine. Of course, this particular model is a self-portrait based on hard fact.
Hard fact, huh? So, you own a sword, Felix?
Of course. I own a great many. But my weapons are stored well away from Tangle Tower. Safety first and all that.
Yeah, I wouldn't say well made, but I wouldn't say bad either. I think his little wooden models are actually kind of neat.
Looks like Freya's paints.
Do you know why the pots are cracked down one side?
No, that's very odd. They're normally in excellent condition.
You seem pretty sure about that.
He might borrow them every now and again.
Charming, isn't it? Yes. Built by the Remington family originally. Dear Flora's father and his associates.
But now it's owned by you? By the Fellow family?
The Fellows and the Pointers have both come to claim a certain degree of ownership.
And who named it Tangle Tower?
Flora chose the name.
What does it mean?
I think it was her intention that it mean nothing at all. Something of a fresh start.
From what?
This really isn't for me to say, but she had some kind of disagreement with her siblings. After they moved away, Flora changed the name of the house. I think perhaps she hoped it would make them feel unwelcome, yes, less likely to come back.
That's kind of extreme.
Yes, it is rather, isn't it?
What was the name of the tower beforehand? Alright, whatever, I've asked you everything. Which means there's probably way more evidence that I need to find.
Do you know who was reading this book?
It belongs to my mother.
And she left it in the library?
No, my mother's not been in the library for some time. The fruit here has a unique chemical makeup. It makes them completely pointless, unless you wish to cut it down and sell it as a precious stone.
It's not edible?
Depends.
On what?
On the structural integrity of your teeth.
Ah, yeah, well, if a bird was able to peck through steel, I'm pretty sure it could eat that thing.
Fifi, did you test the red paint in this pot?
Yes, I did. I discovered it too was blood, not paint.
A whole pot full of blood?
Not a whole pot. It is only partially full.
Yeah, but still. Doesn't that freak you out?
No. In fact, it may be considered rather reassuring.
Because it means it didn't come from Freya. Well, it might still have where she got it, but it didn't, find its way onto the painting during during whatever happened. Bird attack. Still going with bird attack.
The red paint on the brush is not paint. It is blood. Same for the palette.
So Freya added the blood to the painting herself?
Or blood got on the brush and palette some other way?
No, she put it there
Do
herself.
not know the answer. Freya is normally highly skilled at capturing someone's likeness, but in this painting, she has accidentally made Flora look quite young.
I think she was just being kind.
Why is that kind? Anyway, I'm far more interested in what Flora is holding. I performed the test on the red paint myself. I discovered that it was in fact not paint, but blood.
What made you want to test it in the first place?
It was Poppy. She told me she thought the painting looked like a bloody knife. I told her not to be ridiculous. My mother owns no such knife. But then I noticed that the color was slightly too dark, and the substance itself was overly viscous.
You noticed that just from looking at it once?
Of course.
Yeah, wouldn't you? You're the detective. Hey, tell me about this.
Name, Freya Fellow. Age, 19. Profession, artist. Deceased. Understand this. Most people find me difficult. They exhibit a noticeable degree of discomfort when talking to me. There it is. Freya, who had a way of being an exception to any given rule, was not at all like this. She is very important, and I will not rest until I understand what has happened to her.
Did you spend a lot of time with Freya recently?
I will say this. In the past year, Freya became, 1, increasingly independent, and 2, increasingly isolated.
Do you know why?
I do not. If you are looking for a speculative, empathetic opinion, try asking Poppy instead.
The three of you are friends.
We are of a similar age, and all highly gifted. One scientist, one artist, and one musician.
Sounds like quite a team.
All right, well, what can you tell me? I didn't even think to, like, go through this.
Name, Poppy Pointer. Age, 19. Profession, Apparently Poppy has defaced my notes. Under profession, I had of course originally written pianist, but she has crossed that out and written the ghost of Christmas yet to come.
Oh, that's pretty good. The ghost of Christmas yet to come.
Name, Fitzfellow. Age, 24. Profession, cryptobotanist. Likes soil, dislikes electric lights.
Hang on. Cryptobotanist? I thought he was just a gardener.
That may well be his preferred label. Mine, however, is more accurate.
Do you and Fitz not see eye to eye, Fifi?
We do not.
Well, I wouldn't have thought so. He's well over 6 foot and you've got to be just barely 5.
So what's your problem with him?
Exactly 1 week ago, I witnessed him sneaking up Pointer Tower. He was making every effort to avoid detection.
So?
He was also carrying a knife.
It wasn't a knife, it was a trowel. I'm gonna run with that, though.
There's something about the image of Flora in the painting. Something suspicious.
Let's ask her about it.
Sure, why not? Like, we're gonna get anything out of her.
So, this painting, specifically that knife in Flora's hand.
Yeah, it's creepy. But we didn't find a knife anywhere in the room. So what's going on?
I would say it's not a knife.
It's not a knife. We need a clue to compare with the painting. Something to explain what that knife shape actually is.
I mean, I thought it was a feather, but it might be the trowel.
Let's take a closer look at this.
I had to just, do it like this instead. Okay. Swamp monster from the last game. That's funny. But nah.
The painted knife is actually just a feather from an ink dip bird.
It's definitely the right shape, but the book's not in color. The thing Flora's holding in the painting is red and white, specifically. Is there anything to suggest that the ink dip bird is red and white too?
Yes. Yes, there is.
This little thing? I don't understand why Felix would make a model of this bird as part of a gift for Flora. And come to think of it, why would Flora be holding a feather in the painting anyway?
Oh wow, this is kind of more of the old style. I like this one.
The ink dip bird was Flora's pet, so she kept a single feather to remember it by.
She kept the bird as a pet, and it died?
Maybe it flew away.
Flora spends all her time staring out the window.
Either way, she kept the feather. I think it was pretty important to her.
All right, so she was holding the feather while Freya was painting her. But where is it now? You'd think she'd keep it somewhere close by.
Yeah, I think she does.
In the egg.
Normally, this is where Flora usually keeps her feather.
But we opened it. It's empty.
Mm-hmm. Completely empty. Flora?
Come on, I really want to hear a voice.
She's pointing at something in the corner of the room.
It's just a pile of books. They're not... Wait, there's something tucked inside this one.
Oh, look, chicky chick. Flora's drawings. Drawings of Flora and a small bird. There is a handwritten message on the back. These are for you. Love, Freya. So wait, are we done? Yeah, we're done. Okay. Maybe I was wrong about the super powerful bird that has a beak that chomps through steel. I was right about her having a pet bird, though. Let's go to the bird lady.
A fellow bird enthusiast. She's quite the expert, truth be told. Studied them professionally at one point. I think her father taught her.
Are you friends with Flora?
A little bit.
A little bit friends.
She's one for the peace and quiet. I dare say I'm a little too loud for her.
I can see that.
I do admire her, though, really. Always felt like she could have done better than settle for Felix.
Ouch.
I said it.
Yeah, he is a little, interesting.
She'd sit in the aviary, first thing in the morning, and paint the birds. Sometimes she'd ask me their names.
Freya was interested in studying bird species too?
No, just wanted to know their names. Isabelle, Clementine, Myrtle, Lysandre, Genevieve.
Got it, thanks.
For my 21st birthday, she gave me a framed painting. All the birds from a single spring, with their names written underneath. I can't begin to tell you how much I've treasured it.
Sounds like you two were close.
I feel like I always struggled to articulate my admiration for her, but she had a way of understanding unspoken things. Isn't he strapping?
He is big.
And so brooding.
Kinda sulky, yeah.
I can never tell what's going on in that beautiful head of his.
It just sounds like you don't know him very well.
I don't remember asking for your input. Oh, did you talk to Poppy already?
Yeah, a little bit.
And did you make any notes of what she told you?
Yeah, I did.
Lovely. Burn them. It'll all be lies.
Why would Poppy lie to us?
She knows.
Because that's what she does. She's a snake. Looks like one, too.
Don't you think you're being a little unfair, Penny?
She started it.
You know. You totally know.
Very nice.
You've seen these before?
Yes.
All of them. Even this one of...
Yes.
Okay, maybe it isn't so much like a love triangle, unless Poppy tried to steal Penny's fiancé, or the two of them could have just, dated before. Who knows? Maybe it's less complicated than I make it seem.
Yes, it's my, my flower.
You don't like it?
I'm no good at caring for plants. I forget to water them. Birds are much easier. They're a lot more vocal when they get thirsty.
Do you at least like the look of the flower?
The look?
The colors? The shape of it?
Between you and me, I think it's a little vulgar.
That's mean. Your fiancé gave you that. So not cool. At least pretend to like it. What do you think about Fifi?
She mostly ignores me, if I'm honest.
How come?
Well, we're not quite on the same intellectual level.
Oh. You don't need to.
No. It's quite all right. I'm comfortable with it.
It's really just that Fifi is super smart. What can you tell us about yourself?
Oh, she's beautiful. Who is she? Wait. Is that me?
Oh, never mind. You are a ditz. Hey, what can you tell me about Detective Hawkshaw?
She's a most unsavory little... She was incredibly rude about my appearance.
Which part? The giant bird arms, or...
If I were her, I'd go easy on the judgment of others. Look at her. She looks like the ghost of a scarecrow. I just wish Uncle Pointer would tell her to behave herself.
Professor Pointer? Why him?
Oh,
Because he's her boss.
it was Uncle that called her in. She's his responsibility. Did you not know that?
I guessed it. I really didn't think too much about asking him why he called her.
There's something about the report of Fitz going up Pointer Tower. Something suspicious.
Let's ask him about it.
Alright, fine.
So, Fitz, I have a report that you were seen sneaking up Pointer Tower. Holding a knife.
That's not right. I don't go into Pointer Tower. I don't own a knife. And I don't sneak. Was it Fifi who told you this?
How did you know that?
A guess. She doesn't like me very much. But yeah, she was mistaken. Maybe she wasn't wearing her eye lens thing.
What do you think, Grimoire?
I think he was holding the trowel. Yeah, something else.
Fifi did see Fitz, but he was holding something else.
So, if it wasn't a knife, what was it?
Well, we already know.
What about this?
Ah, that.
Is it yours?
It was a gift. It's sentimental. I have no reason to take it up Pointer Tower. I don't use it at all.
Yeah, let's try this.
An ornate trowel
Ooh.
is used by Fitz to look after a potted flower in Penny's room.
That flower.
Yes.
I've never seen it before.
Oh,
We need a clue to compare to that flower. Something that proves its connection to Fitz.
the fact that it's a flower.
Let's take a closer look at these.
Oh, the fruits? The fact that this, okay, yeah, probably just the way it was grown or something. Or the pots. Yeah, let's go with this.
The pot and soil in Penny's room matches the pot and soil found in Fitz's greenhouse. Let me guess. Penny's flower was originally a gift from you, Fitz. There's no way it's a coincidence.
No way what's a coincidence.
The flower. It looks exactly like Penny.
It took me a long time to breed. I wanted the colors to be exactly right.
That's some gift.
Turns out Penny isn't particularly interested in looking after plants. So I go into her room every now and again, when she's not there. Water the flower, change the soil, just trying to keep it alive.
Oh, that's rather depressing. What can you tell me about Poppy?
Poppy and I are friends.
Oh, I can buy that. Dark clothes, blue hair, an average of 3 words per sentence. Oh, you like 2 peas in a pod.
She's very kind, and she has an interest in plants, unusual flowers mostly. I've been teaching her.
Right.
Is something wrong?
Mm-hmm.
Penelope is my fiancée.
Don't take this the wrong way, but Penny doesn't really strike me as your type.
She's not who she pretends to be. People think she's... well, they make assumptions.
And how's the relationship doing recently?
Good. It's good.
Well, what can you tell us about yourself?
Have you met this guy, Fitz? Shifty eyes, doesn't say a lot. Totally suspicious, if you ask me.
That's me.
Yeah, that's... It was a joke. I was joking.
Oh, I see.
It's gonna be like an extra long episode.
Hard to read, that one, but she seems to know what she's doing.
She's kind of mean.
You know, I simply assumed all detectives were sharp, rigorous, and thorough. Then, of course, I met you.
And you're kind of a dick.
I don't especially want to talk about myself. Introspection often leads to vanity.
Wait, does it?
Why don't we discuss the moons of Jupiter instead?
I'm not sure if we have time. Aren't there like 10 of them?
83.
Yeah, we don't have time.
What do you want me to say? He's the gardener.
He's a member of the family.
Yeah, but not the Pointer family.
What happened to his parents, do you know?
His father, Flint, is Felix's brother. Strange man. Don't think anybody knows what happened to him, but he certainly doesn't live here anymore.
What about his mother?
Emily? I've not met her. She never actually married into the fellow family. Her relationship with Flint was, it was short-lived.
Interesting. Getting to learn a little bit more about some people. Didn't think there would be names for, the missing family members and stuff.
Ah, Penelope, our resident ornithologist.
Penny's your niece, is that right?
At this moment in time. Until she marries the gardener.
She'll
The
still
new
be your
dishowner.
niece.
But she'll depart from the world of the Pointers and join the Fellows. Like rats deserting a sinking ship.
You really are a massive dick.
My Poppy, my pride and joy. Exceptionally talented pianist from a young age. Hold on. Why is she on your list of suspects?
Everyone
Because
is.
she's a suspect.
Oh no, I can personally vouch for her innocence. She'd never... Well, the truth is, she loved Freya very dearly.
If you don't mind me asking, what happened to Poppy's mother?
Primrose? She was Flora's sister, a Remington by birth. The playing field has never really been even since she left.
Where did she go?
Away. She went away.
That's such an odd answer, but also there's some strangeness going on here. So that would make Flora Poppy's aunt, which would then make Fifi her cousin. Flora's last name was originally Remington. That's interesting. Whose father was Felix's brother? I think it was Fitz. I'm gonna do something that I shouldn't. I'm gonna go talk to Detective Hawkshaw because I actually want to talk to her.
These figurines remind me of a case I once solved involving a possessed doll. Turned out to be a bit of a smokescreen, as these things often do.
Your life sounds fun. Grimoire, why don't we ever have fun adventures like that?
Are we not having a fun adventure right at this very moment?
I'm just gonna see what she says about everything.
Makes quite an impression, doesn't it? Although I can't imagine why she painted Flora wielding a knife.
You didn't see a knife anywhere in Flora's room, did you?
I did not. I conclude whatever stabbed Freya must have been brought into the room from outside. Unless, of course, it was the painting itself.
Surely you don't believe in that kind of thing.
A detective's job is to examine every avenue of thinking. Tangle Tower. No idea why they insist on calling it that. It's not even a tower. It's little more than a pair of turrets stuck on either side of a mansion.
Have you searched the whole place?
I believe so. Why?
He wants to know if you found any secret rooms.
I'm afraid the residents of Tangle Tower are far too ordinary for anything like that. I was disappointed too.
Oh,
A somewhat cumbersome device, and an altogether inefficient way to listen to music.
What kind of music do you like, Hawkshaw?
I like anything.
What a cop-out.
she doesn't listen to music.
Is that a clue?
Dunno. It was important enough to be framed, though.
I framed my law degree, doesn't make it a clue.
Same? Yeah?
He doesn't have a law degree. But why would you need one to be a detective? It just means that Hawkshaw can also double as a lawyer.
Where did you find this?
Do you have any theories about where this might have been?
Or who might have had it.
I have several theories, but they are my theories, and I'm not going to share them.
You're so unhelpful.
Professor Pointer is a respectable astronomer. Keeps himself to himself. What?
We're just surprised.
That was the most polite you've been about anyone.
I mean, I'd be polite too if I was talking about my employer to other people that might tell my employer.
Quite the stoic statue, isn't she? I can only dream of being as cold and indifferent as Flora Fellow.
You think she's hiding something?
Perhaps. She has some strange habits. I heard she barely sleeps, an hour here or there, sporadically. Spends the rest of her time staring up at the sky.
Wishing for her bird to come back, maybe? What can you tell us about yourself?
314 cases solved. 314.
How many have you got, Grimoire? 2. That we know of.
Freya Fellow is of great interest to me. I perceived her to be the most intelligent individual here at Tangle Tower. Within a day, she had identified for whom I was working and for what I was searching. I didn't know how she did it. I was impressed. I regret that I did not question her more thoroughly when I had the opportunity.
You couldn't have known she was about to be killed, though.
I have only myself to blame for failing to perceive the signs.
What signs?
I do not wish to do your job for you, Detective.
No, but you withholding evidence would be considered a crime. So, simply not sharing out of pettiness would be, well, at the very least, it would be rather poor on your character. Well, sorry, I'm gonna have to stop things here. Unfortunately, as I finished recording this video, I determined that it was just going to be too long and have to be split into 2 separate videos. But hey, I think we got a lot done in this one. I mean, we learned about how some of the different family members are related and which family members are missing. Some of my theories regarding the bird turned out to be correct, at least that like Freya owned a bird. Not Freya, Flora owned a bird. And that there's some bits about what's going on with Professor Pointer, that he's the one that hired Hawkshaw, though at this point we do not know what it is that Hawkshaw is looking for. But that and a few other small things will probably get resolved in the next video. Trust me, there's gonna be a part 5. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, if you just have an opinion voice, why don't you go ahead, leave your comments down below, and I'll get back to making more awesome videos for you guys. Later.